In a deep valley in the mountains, there lived two friends named Cheol-su and Young-hee. Every morning before the sun rose, they would wake up and go to a distant spring to fetch water, which they sold to the villagers. Carrying heavy water buckets up and down the narrow and steep mountain paths, they were always drenched in sweat, and by evening, they were on the verge of collapsing from exhaustion. Who was carrying a water cart, suddenly spoke to Young-hee. Young-hee, instead of just struggling to carry this water cart, "How about we create a pipeline?" But Young-hee shook her head. "Come on, that's nonsense. Do you know how hard and difficult it is to bury pipes? Besides, how are you going to eat while making pipes? You need to sell water just to get by day. Don't talk nonsense." He refused. However, Cheol-su started carrying a water cart in the morning and began making pipelines in the afternoon. Young-hee laughed at and mocked Cheol-su as she watched him. "That's just perfect for starving to death," he said. However, Cheol-su, undeterred by Young-hee's ridicule, diligently focused on the pipeline. There were many times when it was hard and exhausting, but he drew strength from imagining the day when the pipeline would be completed. Months and water would flow out in abundance. Sweat and efforts finally bore fruit as the pipeline was completed. Cheol-su started supplying clean and cool water to the villagers at a much lower price. They no longer had to carry heavy water containers, saving time and effort to focus on other important tasks. Before long, Young-hee found that no one was looking for her, and the water container became useless. In the end, Young-hee set aside her pride and asked Cheol-su for a job, becoming his pipeline manager, but she had to keep working. This fable offers several lessons. The first is that she was afraid to escape from reality. "I couldn't escape the fact that if my income decreases immediately, I will face difficulties." It's like a baseball player being unable to leave first base and not being able to reach second base. The second is the fear of new challenges. Fear is just something that passes by. However, Young-hee's future, which could not escape from fear, never developed. This story clearly shows the significant difference in results between those who are only focused on immediate gains. This is a story about how Young-hee was afraid to try new things, being preoccupied with immediate difficulties was able to benefit a better life thanks to his perseverance and foresight into the future. Thank you for listening. This was Kim Sung-ju, the author of Do Business with Network Marketing.